over the years, we've helped thousands of people get out of debt. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten choked up on phone calls to, know that what we do is changing lives. Clients are extremely grateful.
Most of the people that we're working with, they're good, hardworking people that something happened in their life. So divorce, job loss, reduction in pay, medical setback, and it's put them in a position where they're just not making progress on the debts.
If any client looks at most credit card statements, on the right-hand side it says how long you'll pay it for the minimum balance, and it will say how much you'll eventually pay. Most times it's 20 to 30 years to pay off a card if you stop spending right then.
I call it a hamster wheel, and I say that, or even a web, that they kind of set a web and you got stuck in it. And while you may feel like, oh my goodness, how did I get stuck in it? It was designed to get you stuck in it. And that's what I try to remind them of, that this is, so many of us are stuck in this. They're profiting just billions and billions of dollars while hardworking people are struggling, paying every single month, and yet it's not getting them out of debt. There are people who will pay only because they can't afford more. They'll pay the minimum balance every single month, and years later, their debt is the same, or it's even grown. So this is unfair. And this is a system that's really in favor of the banks, the credit card companies, and it's stacked against the individual consumer. So, something has to be done.
We're the good guys. We're the ones who help consumers get out of debt. We are the ones who talk to the bad guys, yes, those creditors and the collection agencies, sometimes law offices, but we're the good guys. So people call us to assist them, and that's what we're good at.
The reality is, our clients don't want to walk away from the debt. If they wanted to just walk away from the debt, they could file for bankruptcy. Our clients are good, hardworking people that they want to do right. They just can't continue on the endless cycle of minimum payments. The endless cycle is what I call the forever plan, and that's what your creditors really would like you to do, which is go on making minimum payments forever, occasionally missing a payment where they're charging all that interest, they can tack on some fees, and you stay current on the debts. With our plan, we put our clients in a position to succeed.
We've helped clients be able to get their kids through college when they didn't see a way otherwise, to be able to put food on the table when the choice was paying off a credit card or feeding their family.
Financial issues are very, very difficult. They're very personal. People tend to keep it to themselves. And we let them know there are lots of people around you that are experiencing the same kind of trouble, but you just don't know it. You're not alone in this. And even if you can't talk to anybody in your personal life about it, we'll be there for you in that respect. And just know that we do understand, and we're here for you, and we want to get you to a much better place in your life where this is in the rearview mirror, and it's not just affecting every area of your life and feeling like it's insurmountable.
We have clients who call us for a spectrum of reasons, financial mismanagement to medical situations. We more recently discovered that a client who was about $50,000 in debt had a lot of retail cards, but these stores were home improvement shops. Their daughter actually became disabled, so they had to use a decent portion of these cards on completely reconstructing their home so that their teenage daughter could get around, could be mobile. They had to install, wheelchair ramps and widened door frames. And when they called their creditors to say, hey, obviously this is my hardship, I have every intent on paying you back, they didn't want to hear it. It was, this is your minimum payment, and that's all we're gonna take. So they called us, and we've knocked those balances in half. Actually, given those creditors, we're probably significantly less than half.
It's like I feel like I'm helping a family, and that's gratifying, because when your finances are tight, that's everything. That's why separations come into place because of finances. Heartaches happen because of finances. So if you get everything in order there, because when you get your debts resolved, you can focus on financial abundance and freedom in the future. And that's essentially what we provide.
I think in particular when someone's going through a real hardship in their lives and they're feeling badly about their situation, my passion is really to try to make them feel better about it and to make them realize that this isn't, being in debt is not a measurement of your worth as a human being. That unfortunately, I think there are a lot of messages in society that say so, that if you have money, that you're a better person, that if you are struggling financially, you failed somehow. But, you know, really trying to convey to them that that's not the case and letting them know that this does not define them. This is just a situation that they're going through. So I think the stories that are the hardest, clients who have an illness or have lost a spouse, or I'm thinking of one in particular, she was also fighting a sickness, had just lost her husband, and had taken custody of her grandchildren. And she had gone directly to the creditors before she enrolled and almost begged them to lower her interest rate, do something for her. And they said, "I'm sorry, my hands are tied." So, you know, she felt really good about the fact that, okay, you know what, I tried to go this route, and they didn't care. And I just shared that, you know, it's their business practice. That individual person might care, but their business practices don't allow them to make any adjustments. You know, I'm glad that you did kind of check that out and that you realize that this is the best option for you. And, you know, just to know that you're not doing anything wrong, you have every right to do this, and that, you know, you're still taking responsibility for the debt, but again, this has to end sometime. It's not fair for you to pay on this for the rest of your life, and it's a debt that just can't be paid off.
We're never gonna make you feel ashamed for life happening. That's why we're in business, because life happens. So, you know, working for Pacific Debt, knowing that customer service is at the forefront of everything that we do here, helps me sleep at night, honestly. It's an honorable thing. You know, debt can be scary, debt can be a little crushing at times, but we do an honorable thing. We run an honorable business, and we pride ourselves on making sure that our clients feel like they have someone in their corner.
They have, you know, some legitimate financial hardships, either it be medical, loss of job, you know, family members needing help. So many different situations have, you know, kind of fallen in my lap, and just getting to talk to them, getting to know these people as we're going through the enrollment process, it does feel good. Because then, especially at the end of the conversation when they're thanking us for, you know, helping them with, you know, fixing the financial situation, you know, and allowing them to have that finish line. Because most people don't see the finish line on the options that they're currently taking with just, you know, the endless monthly payments, month after month after month, and not really getting the change that they really need to see.
When we reach out to creditors, obviously, you know, we've got a database full of records. So we know what's a fair settlement before we make that phone call, and that's what we're gonna try and do. But we've also got our clients' hardships on our side. So if we know that they're struggling, if we know that they might have just lost a job or even lost hours, we're gonna do our best to shave an extra 5 or 10% off to get the extra time frame that's needed with the budget that they have to get the best settlement.
A lot of clients feel like it's too good to be true. The reality is, though, we've been in business for 15 years. We've saved our clients tens of millions of dollars in credit card debt, and really, you can hear the relief in their voice. So you can feel the pressure of the monthly payments, the high interest, the feeling that there is no light at the end of the tunnel. You can feel it palpably in their voice.
Oh, I absolutely feel great, you know, when I'm able to save somebody's thousands and thousands of dollars, especially when they're in a situation they couldn't get out of otherwise. I've had clients tell me this was the only way that they felt comfortable going because bankruptcy just isn't an option, or they don't feel comfortable with bankruptcy.
Really, the common theme that we get, you know, from our clients in terms of the feedback is just how much they appreciated the personal level of service that we offered. Unlike a lot of the other companies out there in the industry, all of our clients, once the negotiation process starts, they get assigned to a personal account manager. And that personal account manager is the one that's going to be there with them every step of the way throughout the duration of the program.
With us, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's no need to feel sad about it or ashamed or embarrassed. You've got a light. You have a plan, something that you can afford, and you're going to see zero balances.
Pacific Debt has been in business for many years. We have a lot of experience working with situations such as yours. We have, you know, an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. We're accredited by the Better Business Bureau. We're ranked as the #1 best debt settlement company.
It feels good knowing that you paid the debts off and you settled for less than the balance owed to work with your budget. And you get a zero balance letter, you get a zero balance letter mailed to you, and it's honored. And knowing when you get out of the program, it's just such a huge relief. Being debt-free and having that freedom is an exhilarating feeling. And that's what we're here to do.
That feeling, that weight off of clients' shoulders to know that there's nothing more. This money is actually my own. That paycheck goes to the things that I need it to go for, the things that I want it to go for. That's an awesome day, and we've shared that thousands of times over the years. I mean, I hear it every day on the floor when my reps are, making that phone call. Guess what, Tammy? It's the last settlement, and it's just joy. You know what's going on the other end.